Draw of the Ladbrokes Challenge Cup, and a city divided into two when it comes to Rugby League, but we're on the Scale Lane Bridge on the banks of the River Hull, so in neutral territory here today. The competition has been whittled down to 16 teams. We have the 12 winners from the fourth round ties at the weekend, and we have 4 Super League teams that enter the pot at this stage. They finished last year in positions between 9 and 12 in Super League. So that's Hull FC, Hull Kingston Rovers, Wakefield and Salford, who all go into the pot at this stage, and each and every one of them looking to take another step closer to Wembley in this, the most historic and prestigious competition. We have 2 very special guests who are going to be conducting tonight's draw, representing both teams in the city. From Hull FC, former player and coach Johnny Whiteley MBE, and representing Hull Kingston Rovers, Phil Lowe. Johnny is going to be conducting and picking out our home teams for this evening, and Phil will be selecting our away teams. So, gentlemen, whenever you're ready at the draw, please.
Number 8.
And the first team is number 8, that is Hunslet Hawks, a home tie for Hunslet Hawks, and they will play
Number 3.
Number 3, Dewsbury Rams. Hunslet Hawks against Dewsbury Rams is our first tie for the 5th round.
Your next up, number 10.
Number 10 is Lee Miners Rangers, flying the flag for the community clubs after they knocked out Oxford on Saturday. First time in their history in the 5th round, and they will be playing
16.
Number 16 is York City Knights. So Lee Miners Rangers against York City Knights.
Your next number is number 2.
Number 2 is a home tie for Bradford Bulls. They made it to the quarterfinals last year.
Number 7.
Number 7, Hull Kingston Rovers. So Chris Chester looking to take the Robins on a good cup run for his first full season in charge.
I'll get shot.
My number 13.
And looking for some number 13 is the Sheffield Eagles, of course coached by Mark Aston, who was part of that famous 1998 Eagles winning team.
Number 6 or 9.
That is a number 6. Number 6 is Hull FC, if you can't tell from the reaction from the audience. Finalists, of course, in 2013 and won it 10 years ago.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Batley Bulldogs. Home draw for Batley Bulldogs.
14.
Number 14 is the Swinton Lions. Swinton Lions to Batley.
Your next number is number 11.
Number 11, North Wales Crusaders, who knocked out Championship side Doncaster on Sunday.
4.
Number 4 is Featherstone Rovers, so Featherstone going to the Racecourse Stadium in Wrexham.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, 5 times winners, of course, of the Challenge Cup.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Halifax. Halifax.
Your next number is number 9.
Number 9 is the Lee Centurions, unbeaten so far this season with 5 wins out of 5. Sorry, just recap that number again for me, Johnny.
Sorry.
Can't see that.
Number 9.
Number 9, it was the Lee Centurions, just to double check. Number 9, Lee Centurions.
15.
Is number 15. No, it's not number 15.
Can't read that.
Yes. Number 12. Number 12, we can see that. Just double checking, that's number 12, so that's Salford Red Devils. Salford Red Devils. And that's all our ties. That is all our ties, and we're just going to recap those ties once again for you. So, it's Hunslet Hawks playing host to Dewsbury Rams. Lee Miners at home to York City Knights. Bradford Bulls will play Hull KR. Sheffield Eagles against Hull FC. Batley Bulldogs against Swinton Lions. North Wales Crusaders against Featherstone Rovers. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats against Halifax. And finally, Lee Centurions at home to the Salford Red Devils. And those ties will be played over the weekend of April the 17th, 18th and 19th. Let's get some reaction then to those draws. And Johnny, first of all, Hull FC then away to Sheffield Eagles. Could be an interesting tie. Could be a good cup draw?
Yes, it's, you know, they're a good side, is Sheffield. I've seen them this season, actually, and they've got a bit of pace, and they'll be a formidable outfit to beat.
They've got a good coach in Mark Aston there as well.
Yes,
He's got
Mark's
experience of the Challenge Cup.
He's been there a long while, and he's done very, very well. But I think, you know, we're on the up, and I think we'll be a match for them.
And Phil, Hull KR away to Bradford Bulls, so that's going to be very good. That's going to be one for all the fans to enjoy, I'm sure.
Well, unless you're a Hull KR supporter, of course. It's depends what kind of game we play, to be honest. We've been up and down this season. We could beat them easily, or we could be really, really tough game. They're pretty much the same in their league at the moment. They've won a few, losing a few, so it depends what sort of a side they can put out, I think, because they've lost a lot of players. On paper, we should win. Let's hope that's going to be what happens.
Johnny, it's a very special year in terms of Hull FC celebrating 150 years, but you spent your entire career with Hull FC, didn't you, signing 1950. What are your very special moments with the club? I'm sure you've got many.
Well, for the 150 years, I've been a part of it for half of that, 75 years, so I feel rather privileged to still be here and still representing, you know, a wonderful club. You know, our heritage has been absolutely tremendous, and you know, to be a part of it all these years has been something special.
And of course you were involved in 2 Challenge Cup finals, but never lifted the trophy. Is that something that you look back on and terribly disappointed that you never got to lift the...
Well, I am for the supporters, but when you're a player and, you know, when you're a babby, all you want to do is, you know, it's something you cherish to go to Wembley, and especially to play, you know, to be a player. And I was privileged to be the Hull boy who led the team out. I was captain of both the 2 years we went. And when you get to my age and you look back, you know, you look back with a smile, because what happens, we're still here. We're lost to 92,000 people. And like I tell a lot of youngsters, I played in front of 92,000 people and I'm still here. And still straight. And you know, it was a wonderful occasion. And then, you know, the Hull and Rovers, for our city, you know, I mean, this, you know, we're going to be the city of culture, and we're all proud. Phil and I, we're both proud of this city, irrespective of Hull, Kingston Rovers and Hull. You know, it means so much to us, and we know the public of Hull. I know this river divides us, but at the end of the day, we love our football, our rugby, and you know, let's hope it continues.
Well, Phil, as Johnny was saying, very proud of the city, whatever side that you're on. You were part of the Hull Kingston Rovers side that last won the Challenge Cup 35 years ago. And when you've got a rivalry as big as this, a derby is special to any team, isn't it, and to any fan. But how special was it to go up against the arch rivals in a cup final?
It's even yesterday, it's a subject of conversation in the pubs. They still tell me that they should have won and all the rest of it. But they didn't. That's all that matters, because that will never ever be changed. And I was very fortunate to be in the side that did it all those years ago. And I'd like to think that both sides would be in a position to be challenging for a cup final place again. It's great for the city, great for the game.
And you also led York to the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup as well in your coaching days, which I'm sure evokes different kind of memories and takes a different perspective when you're a coach as well.
Yes, we were giant killers at that particular time. We did very, very well and prepared well, and were very unfortunate to get beaten by Wigan, to be honest, on the day. But, you know, that's life, isn't it? You know, the people that played in that semi-final, who were second division players at the time, would remember that 30 years on. I mean, I do, so.
Do you both still enjoy watching the Challenge Cup? I'm sure you probably do. What do you get excited about these days?
I'm a very nervous person. My wife won't talk to me on match days, and I haven't played for 30 years because I'm so nervous and so uptight about it. John's not so bad, I don't think.
Well, I'm privileged, you see, because I can go and watch both sides, and Phil and I go away to games together, and what happens is that on match days I eat his meat because he's so nervous.
And Johnny, as I was talking before, it's a very special year for Hull FC, 150 years anniversary this year, and there are many special events and occasions to mark that anniversary, aren't there, this year? Just tell us what you're going to be involved in.
Well, I seem to be involved in everything at the moment, and you know, the lovely thing is just adjacent to this building, you know, we have the City Museum, and there's a wonderful display being put up by the Hull Football Club. You know, the history of the 150 years, memorabilia from the past, 100 years memorabilia. It's a wonderful, half an hour to go and have a look around the museum and see it. And the marketing people are doing an excellent job of promoting it, and we're all feeling a part of it. And all the supporters, all we need now is the players, the lads, to just improve that little bit under Lee, who I'm sure is doing a wonderful job at the club. And let's let it continue, because we've got so many memories of all the years past.
We're talking of marketing as well, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen around the city the billboards that are going up ready for the derby next week, the first one in the Super League this year. You guys, I know, will be there. Are you both looking forward to it?
Not me.
You must be. You must still get excited about it.
I'll get excited, but if we get beat, it's the worst feeling in the world. It really depends which side we put out, to be honest. It really does. We've been playing well and then poorly, If we get it right, we should win, but if we don't, we've got another 6 months to be chastised, we'll say, by all and sundry.
And Johnny, what are your feelings ahead of the game next week?
Well, I get excited about every derby game, being involved with so many and seeing so many, and it always throws the unexpected. Every derby game, something happens, whether it's good, bad or indifferent, but there's lots of things happen in that. And also, with us being on a limb, Hull, one of our sort of talking points is rugby football. And so the derby is the foremost of every family, whether the family is broken by Rovers supporters or Hull supporters. At the end of the day, it causes so much, sort of enjoyment, really, and families, become divided overnight.
I think what should be said is that both sides have a lot of Australia, New Zealand, South Sea Islanders, a lot of foreign players, and none of them, in my experience, have experienced the atmosphere in a Hull Rovers derby. It is unbelievable. I've been fortunate to play in the grand final in Australia. The atmosphere was fabulous. Not the same. Doesn't make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, which the derby does anytime. And the foreign players will tell you that. They're just amazed. And I know that is with us, and I presume it's the same with the Hull lads. It's it's the best derby in the world.
We're certainly looking forward to it. I'm sure these guys are looking forward to it as well. Let me once again recap the draw then for the 5th round of the Ladbrokes Challenge Cup. Hunslet Hawks will play Dewsbury Rams. Lee Miners Rangers will play York City Knights. Bradford Bulls against Hull KR. Sheffield Eagles against Hull FC. The Batley Bulldogs will play Swinton Lions. North Wales Crusaders against Featherstone Rovers. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats against Halifax. And Lee Centurions against the Salford Red Devils. And those ties to be played the weekend of April 17th, 18th and 19th. Don't forget, if you do want a ticket to be at Wembley on August the 29th for the final, there is still a very special offer on tickets. You can be there for just £10. You have to book them, though, before midnight on Monday, April the 6th, with a promo code March10. And that is on the website rugbyleaguetickets.co.uk. My many thanks go to Johnny Whiteley, MBE, for conducting the draw, and also to Phil Lowe for being here with us this evening. Many thanks to you. All the very best to all our teams involved in the 5th round. We'll see you next time.